I'm gonna lose it. I'm not gonna do the rematch. No, I'm out. Stuff like that make you not want to play this game. It's so toxic. Just run the set. Like, what the hell? It's either people win and then dash, or they stay if they're winning, but then as soon as they lose a match, then they're ready to leave. They're like, oh, I'll stay as long as I'm winning, or I'll take my win and run, and just keep one and done in everybody. Or you'll just stay in matches you think that you have more strength than that other person, so you'll stay in the match. Just do the full match. Like, I don't like what. Like, why the rematch? Like, what's the point? Like, I don't get it. Just run the set. It's a first to 3. Well, it's first to 2, but it's a first to 2. Just run the set. It's quick. If you that good, just beat me. Like, that's all it is. Like, it shouldn't be a big deal. You beat me the first match. I beat you the second match. Now you ready to leave. Like, it's like between that, people plugging on you, or people using scripts, or Wi-Fi warriors who are like 200 yards away from the router and they're trying to play. It's very frustrating. Not gonna lie, it's frustrating. And I blame the devs. I blame the devs because if they didn't handhold so much when this game launched, giving easy access to wins and being able to like blitz people, you know, during matches and getting easy wins, and like, yeah, I did, you know, and it feels good to get a whole bunch of wins, but because winning has become so easy, because all you have to do is just pick a person who has like 5 plus on block moves or moves that are safe on block, or things or characters that have guard crush properties or crazy crushing properties. You know that, you know, you'll have some attacks like Yoshi, for example. Yoshimitsu with that hop knee, it crushes everything. Why does a move like that exist? It crushes everything. It crushes lows, it crushes highs, and it crushes mids. Stuff like that should not exist. Same with Xiaoyu, that AOP. She gets into AOP, she ducks for, you know, 2 frames, and now her hitbox is so small that it disappears. Or you pick somebody like Brian, who just has like some of the best counter hit tools in the game. So you're scared to move, you know, because one action you just get hit, counter hit, and then now full launch. And then get machine gun punched in the corner as a wall ender, and then, you know, for, you know, 90 damage. They made it so easy to win and to feel good about winning that people do not want to face the reality or feel the pain of actually losing a match and not saying, all right, I lost this match. Why did I lose this match? What did I do wrong? Was I mashing? Did I not, you know, sidestep that move, you know, on the correct side? Did I do the wrong punish? Like, people don't do that. They just pick these brain dead characters. And because all of these new players are so used to winning, that it's just, I don't know, there's no education about Tekken. Older games, like let's say like the first 5 sequels of like a Soul Calibur or like some of the early Street Fighter games. Outside of the broken stuff, because back then there was no patch, so you just had to deal with whatever niche broken nonsense that was in the game that had to be updated later on to get rid of. But you take the loss, like it didn't hold your hand like the way these games do now. You take the loss, you learn why you lost, and then you move on. Tekken 8 has conditioned so many players to not want to take a L, because winning feels so good, because you had such easy access to winning. So now you don't want to run a set. You either take the win, you leave, or you stay because you won, and then as soon as you lose, now you bounce. Or if you're at a higher rank, like during season 1, if you're Tekken King and above, and you're in demotion, now you're plugging. Or you're using scripts, because you don't want to let go of that dopamine hit of winning matches. So now you resort to using scripts. Oh, I don't know how to throw break, so I'm going to put a script in there for auto throw break. Oh, I keep getting hit with lows, so I'm gonna put a script to block lows every single time. Stuff like that has ruined the game. I don't know. You know what? I think that's it for Tekken right now. I'm gonna take another break. I said that I was gonna start playing this game again. I know that I kinda sorta galvanized the audience playing this game, but I just can't do it anymore. Not right now, at least. There has to be more changes implemented in this game. Some fundamental changes. Because this game as it is in this current state is not going to survive. And do I want Tekken to die? No. I've been playing Tekken since Tekken 1. I remember playing Tekken 1 in arcades when I was a kid. I remember being on a field trip. Tekken 1 just came out, and no one was playing Tekken 1 at the arcade. I was at an amusement park. The arcade cabinet was bare. No one was sitting over there. No one played the game. Everybody was over there playing Virtua Fighter 2. That's what they were playing. I said, you know what? Since Virtua Fighter 2 is so crowded and I don't feel like waiting for my turn, let's check this game out. What's this game about? I played it for as long as I had, because I didn't have that much money. I probably had enough coins for maybe 5 turns. But I loved the game. And then when I found out it was coming to PlayStation, I said, oh hell yeah. I remember this game. I remember how cool the throws were and the camera angles, and the animations back then seemed like it was so ahead of its time. Compared to now, no, but back then, yeah, it was revolutionary. So I love Tekken. I've loved Tekken forever. But this game, Tekken 8, has devolved so much. And it started with Tekken 7. With these DLC characters that they started adding in, like Falcon Ram and Leroy. They were like the prototype to what Tekken 8 became. And I was loving Tekken 7. I mean, I was mainly maining Miguel because OG Raven wasn't in the game, so I was like, I don't want to play Master Raven because at the time I felt like she was just a palette swap of a character that I hadn't been playing since Tekken 5. So I was like, whatever. I mean, she's cool, but I'm not gonna take her serious. I'm gonna primarily focus on maining Miguel because Miguel was always my second, but then he became my first. And I was having a good time, and then all of a sudden, Noctis gets announced, and I'm like, this character does not belong in Tekken. And that was like the beginning of the downfall. I don't know, it's just so much decision making, and I understand that sometimes developers is like, hey, you know what, we've been doing this one thing this one way for so long. You know, at the time when Tekken 7 came out, the game was what, maybe 25 years old? So, or a little bit less than that. So they probably was like, you know what, we've been doing the same thing, kind of, sort of. You know, we haven't deviated too strongly in one way or the other in the past 20 something years. Let's try something else. And sometimes you just gotta leave things alone. I understand trying new things, making them fresh, you know, getting new eyes on the game, getting people excited, like, hey, you know, you see all this new flashy stuff in the game, cool. But Tekken 8 fundamentally is nothing like the rest of the Tekken games. Nothing. Everything is plus frames into stance mix-up, into more plus frames into stance mix-up, into more plus frames into guess this low or guess this high or guess this grab, with little to no counterplay. And things like that ruin the game, because you have people who, like myself, and I'm not a pro player by any means, but I think that I'm a pretty solid, you know, Tekken player. Am I the best? No, of course not. But I think I'm solid. This game makes me feel like I'm not solid, because there's too many scenarios in this game where you just gotta hold the plus frames and just block all day, and then now it's like, okay, I'm blocking, what's the next thing they're gonna do? Okay, they did a low, alright, I'm blocking, oh, they did a mid, oh damn, I ducked. That's all this game has devolved to. And yes, 50-50s have always been in Tekken, but not like this. It's just so terrible right now. It's like, I don't. They have a lot to fix. That's all I have to say. They have a lot to fix over the course of this year. And I hope that they get their butts in gear fixing this stuff, because the longer they wait trying to fix these things, the more the player base is going to dwindle, because they're not going to want to keep playing this shit at, you know, in its current condition. They're just not. As soon as some other 3D fighter, more than likely is going to be Virtua Fighter 6. But as soon as a game like Virtua Fighter 6 gets a release date, and they start, you know, pumping out trailers on a more frequent basis and getting people hyped up and ready to go, then you're gonna really see another drop in the player base for Tekken. They've strayed way too far from the original concept of Tekken, which was hand-to-hand combat with a few exceptions, which was Yoshimitsu. But like I stated earlier, I've played since Tekken 1. on arcades. So when people bring up Yoshi, I just gotta give him the side eye because it's like you weren't there to play with the character. The character barely ever used the sword. 90% of Yoshimitsu's moveset was the hilt of, or the handle of the sword. And then he had one or two unblockables with where he actually stabbed you or sliced you. That was it. The sword was there just for character, basically. That it didn't change until around Tekken 6 when they started implementing more Soul Calibur versions of Yoshi into the Tekken version of Yoshi. When they started actually adding, copy pasting attacks from Soul Calibur and giving it to Yoshi and saying, hey, this is a new move. That's when things changed. That was probably around Tekken 6. So I don't want to hear anybody make that excuse. Yoshi barely ever used the sword. He only had maybe 2 attacks that actually used the bladed part of the sword. I don't know. I'm done with my rant. That's gonna be the end of the stream. Maybe I'll record this part and chop it up and maybe upload it to YouTube. I don't know. I'll see. But this is your boy Image signing out. I probably will come back on stream, but it's not going to be Tekken. More than likely, I'm going to finish my Kazan run because I definitely want to beat that game, and I know I'm like halfway done with the game. So I want to at least try to beat that game before next week. So I think I'm going to primarily focus on that game right now, make sure that I finish and complete that game. I don't think I'm going to do the other 2 endings for any streams. I'll just do whatever ending that I end up getting, whether it be the true ending or not. I'll just do that, and then that'll be it for Kazan, and then I'll switch to streaming a different game. I don't know exactly what that game will be. Maybe I'll put up a poll. I don't know. But